many of you are still completely on the camp of this is like the flu, this is nothing to worry about, people are freaking out for nothing. So in case you're new here, we live in Western Washington State, so the epicenter of the virus in the United States is what they're calling it, I guess.
You look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours, and you're taking me high.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is another episode of Focused Friday for you, but this is a little bit different than the ones you have seen so far. I had actually planned a spring cleaning part 1 video to go up today, but with the things going on in the world right now, I thought it would be fitting and important to share what our family is doing to prepare, which still goes along with Focused Friday because it may help you get focused to prepare your own family as well. Now, I'm sure you've all heard about coronavirus or COVID-19. If you haven't, you definitely live under a rock. It's not even a probably, you definitely do. So I just want to share some thoughts about what we feel about this situation, what we are doing, and my advice to all of you during this crazy time that we are in. In case you're new here, we live in Western Washington State, so the epicenter of the virus in the United States is what they're calling it, I guess. I am also 25 weeks pregnant currently with baby number 3, so that adds a little bit of another element to worry about. But today is Thursday, March 12th, and up until just a couple days ago, we weren't really doing anything too much differently. We were probably washing our hands a little longer than we used to, which is not a bad thing in general to do. And of course, we weren't going places if we were sick, which we luckily, knock on wood, haven't been yet, but we wouldn't have gone somewhere if we were. Just precautions that honestly we should all be taking anyways during flu season. It's just kind of common sense stuff. And I'm speaking for Anthony as well because we've talked about all of this and we're pretty much on the exact same page, but we were of the camp that people are going crazy for no reason, and this, I wouldn't say we were it's just like the flu, like a lot of people are, because we really don't know that, but we weren't panicked about it, if that makes sense. But within the last couple days, a lot of things have happened in our state, including today, the governor announced that all schools must close for at least 6 weeks until April 24th. So I feel like it's getting a little bit serious now. It was always serious, of course, people's loved ones are dying from this, and it's a horrible thing to have to face, just like with anything that people can get sick and die from. But it wasn't a concern personally of ours. So honestly, we sat down and had a heart-to-heart conversation 2 days ago about what we should do, if anything, with all of this. Should we prepare? What should we prepare? All of that stuff. We decided that we are still very skeptical about how serious this really is and how much the media may be kind of exaggerating it or downplaying it. How much politics may be involved in it and all of that stuff. It's all kind of this cloud of questions that nobody is going to really be able to answer, honestly at least. So we don't have all the information. And if you watched my controversial parenting tag video, then you already know that I definitely don't make decisions based on fear, and I do not make decisions and form solid opinions without sufficient information, without full information on both sides or all sides of what's going on. And I don't believe that most of the population has all of the information on either side. So because of that, I think it's impossible to make an opinion about whether it's a hoax or true or fake or whatever it may be. And that is why we are in the middle. This could be a lot more serious than they're even saying it is, or they could be completely upplaying it, but we don't know. And the only thing we can do as a family with kids to protect and a baby growing inside me to think of is to be as prepared as possible. We are definitely not panicking and going out and buying 5 packages of toilet paper and water. So it's not to that extent, but things are starting to close down, and it's a very real possibility that stores will also close, that employees won't be coming to work, so they won't have any choice but to close, or whatever the case may be. So we did decide that because of that, not because we're scared of the coronavirus or because we are not wanting to get the coronavirus, that's not really a fear of ours, but everything closing down or being sold out of stuff and not having what we need to just live for a month definitely was a little bit worrisome. So I have the mom bun. I am exhausted and I probably look it, but it's because it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm tired. We just got back from the grocery store and the lines were insanely long. It took, thank God we had both of us there, because we just grabbed 2 carts, filled Anthony's cart up with the like fruits and veggies and non-fridge and freezer items, and then he went and got in line while I did the rest of the stuff, and the line took over an hour to get through. So I'm definitely thankful we had both of us there, but we did I basically meal planned for an entire month, wrote what we would need for that meal plan, threw in a couple extra snacks and like household things that we needed. Like we're almost out of just our like counter cleaner. I use Method all-purpose cleaner for like our counters and surfaces, and it was almost gone. So just stuff like that. We did not buy any toilet paper. I don't think there was any, even if we wanted to, but we are fine. We have enough to last us right now. And we weren't looking for hand soap and sanitizer and all the stuff that people are looking for. So we just simply went for a month and a half worth of groceries to get us through if everything was to shut down, for one, or if a quarantine was initiated. So stocking up on food and essentials for a month was that plan today. The other thing I did today before Anthony got home from work is that I went to the vet and stocked up on Ripley's medication. Our dog Ripley is 14 and has congestive heart failure, so he's on 3 different medications that we were almost out of anyways and needing to renew, but I just went and did that today in case they closed down, so we have enough of that. And we also went to the library because I'm sure that's going to be closing down, if not tomorrow, then next week, I'm sure. And I let the girls get a ton of books. Normally I let them get like 5 to 10 each, but I just let them get a ton of books. We brought backpacks with us so they could have books to read if we are stuck at home. And then I also went through my homeschool plan and wrote down all of the books that we will need for our homeschool studies for the next at least month or so, and then I went and grabbed those from the library as well. We basically did the errands outside of the house that were at places that may or may not close down. Probably will, just a matter of time. And then we stocked up on that month's worth of groceries and household items for our family. Tomorrow, which is Friday, which is the day I'm posting this video, I am also going to get Easter items for the girls, because who knows how long this closure is going to take place, what kind of supplies people are going to have in place. So I'm going to run to the Dollar Tree and maybe Target and put together the Easter stuff for the girls in case we are not able to do that when the time comes, because the last thing I would want to do is have to like basically skip Easter because we weren't prepared for it. So that is another thing I'm going to do as well. As for how our lives are going to change, obviously you can't really predict too much what's going to happen like in the outside world, but as of what we know right now, the girls are in swim and gymnastics at the YMCA and they have not said anything about closing. So far it's business as usual. They attend on Saturdays and we will still be going to that. They're both in music class and we just heard today that that's going to continue as normal as well. Those are really small groups of kids in someone's personal home, so it's kind of a little bit of a different scenario there. Their dance classes, I have not gotten the official word yet, but they do follow the school district closures, and because that was announced today, I am sure that the dance studio will be closed for at least a couple weeks, so that will change Wednesdays and Thursdays a lot for us because that's basically half of our day on both of those days. Anthony's work hasn't had any changes other than just obviously the precautions that the CDC is recommending, and not coming to work sick, sending people home if they're sick, things like that. But I don't know. I don't see anything changing there. They may shut down his office. So as of right now, nothing has really changed with that, but we will see, and I will update you guys if it does. I have my own tutoring business, and I tutor middle and high school students in my home. So with the schools closing, that creates a big issue for them, because they now like basically are gonna go home and forget everything that they've learned over the next 6 weeks, and then get back to school like a month before it's over and have to try to pick up where they left off. So I am still opening up tutoring, and I have messaged all of my families to let them know that I am still tutoring. I'm probably going to expand some of my hours because we won't have dance and things like that in the evening. So I will add in a couple days for some extra help. And I have one student that I'm going to be basically homeschooling in a couple subjects. So it's just going to be a wait and see scenario for that. But for now, I am still continuing tutoring and YouTube. Obviously, you can't catch coronavirus over the computer. So I'm still gonna be here Tuesdays and Fridays and posting videos for you guys as well. That is what we are doing. If you have any questions about anything that I said, if I forgot about something that I should probably prepare and didn't, let me know in the comments, because this has all happened so fast that that's definitely a possibility. If you are one of the people who have had your lives drastically changed by this virus, then my heart goes out to you, and I hope for everyone's sake that this gets contained and goes away quickly, so it's not such a panic and stressor for people, because I know with things closing down, people are going to be affected, and that just breaks my heart for people who are not prepared. I am so thankful for Dave Ramsey, and I say it all the time and I won't stop saying it. If we hadn't found Dave Ramsey, we would not be in a financial situation to be able to go out and buy a month's worth of stuff and not even have to blink an eye about it. So I'm so thankful for that. We just paid our car off, so it's like all of this kind of, for us, is a blip on the radar so far, and hopefully it stays that way. But I know for a lot of people that is not the case. So my heart goes out to all of you. And just kind of an ending thought here, the last thing I want to say before I hop off is, I know many of you are still completely on the camp of, this is like the flu, this is nothing to worry about, people are freaking out for nothing. If that's you, then I would encourage you to think about the possibilities. Yes, you could be right, but you could also be wrong. This is an unknown thing. So would you rather be prepared, and I don't mean like closets full of toilet paper and water prepared, I just mean like a general, like, I'm prepared to take care of my family and feed my family, and we have what we need to last for a month or two prepared. And you're right about the fact that it's nothing, and you still have, I mean, you were going to use that stuff anyways. Or would you rather not be prepared and be wrong? Because that's a lot more devastating than if you were right about it, but at least you prepared for it a little bit. So that's kind of the thought process that we had on it. People are scared and people act out of fear, and that's human nature to do so, and you really have to be conscious and know how not to do that, for that not to guide your decisions. But making fun of people for it and making people feel bad about the fact that they're preparing or stocking up on stuff is really just a form of bullying, and it really does nobody any good. It's not going to change how they feel, it's just going to make them feel bad about themselves. So why even say anything in the first place? If that's not something that you feel you need to do, prepping and stuff, then you do you. But don't criticize people for the decisions that they make. Be kind to people, uplift one another, and just do what you feel is right. But more importantly, stay humble, be kind, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.